Hey, how you guys doing? I just want to go over on two trades I took on NTNX. One of them from yesterday and one of them today. Two totally different trades, but two good examples of trades that worked out beautifully nonetheless. So stay tuned and watch that. But please, first, if you like the videos I make, like, subscribe, give me some comments, leave me some feedback. I really appreciate it. It helps motivate me to keep making these. So on to the trade on NTNX. This trade on NTNX is from yesterday. It was a gap down stock, and so obviously everybody's eyes on it and paying attention to it, looking to take it short again. I didn't take it short off the open. You see this giant flush down, this first 5 minute candle or these 1 minute candles. It just bombed, right? That didn't give me an opportunity to enter. And I've tried making a practice of not chasing, right? So oftentimes what you might think is like, well, you missed the move, right? That's the big flush. You missed your opportunity. The trade's over. We shouldn't write those things off because things could always take another leg lower, right? So this was on one of my charts. So I was trading other things. I just kept an eye on it throughout the morning. And as you can see here, it's better on the 1 minute chart. So it did its flush down, and there's just some sideways consolidating. But then it started to form, a nice little wedge pattern. It went up above VWAP, but it didn't hold. It just poked its head back down and came back. So that's a new high, and that is just drew this descending wedge pattern, right? And so just keep an eye on that. And as it got closer to a fine point, I decided to take it short because it was just really wedging badly here. When it gets to this kind of point, it's going to break one way or the other. And I was positive it was going to break to the downside because it was holding below VWAP. At this point right here, it's just tapping and tapping and tapping VWAP and not wanting to move at all. So that's what I took a short, went short right there, and then it showed me some resolution pretty quickly, thankfully. So went short up here, set my stop above VWAP, pretty tight stop, and just waited for the move to happen. And like I said, it gave me a pretty quick resolution. It was a very nice and neat trade. You can see here on the 5 minute pretty clearly. It wasn't in it for too long at all. We started taking covers out at I'm not even sure what these points were. I think I was just trying to capture the move, scale out slowly, little by little. I take bigger scales in the beginning, and then towards the end, I'm taking like fractions and fractions of my remaining position off. But yeah, I'm not going to go into the details of the covers. Just half and whole numbers on these kind of moves tends to be my practice because it's a giant gap down stock you can see here on the daily. So I had levels drawn out, but the idea that I was going to go to these levels after such a big gap was unlikely. So I just had a practice of setting my covers at half and whole numbers. So that's what I did here, and I captured a good amount of the move. It was a very good trade. And right here, I just saw it holding. Right? It was like a double, triple bottom down here. So when I did this last little pop, I just decided I don't want to risk giving up any money. So I just took my final cover there. So that was a trade that I took on NTNX yesterday. Beautiful trade, textbook. The wedge was a little sketchy. It was not quite a perfect wedge, but you draw your trend lines, you make your decision based on your parameters, and you stick to it. So that was the trade yesterday. And then today I took a trade on NTNX as well, but a totally different trade, totally different style of trade. Let me go ahead and just focus the charts on that really quick. All right, here we go. So this was a trade from this morning. I kept NTNX on watch for continuation. You got to keep these big movers on your watch list for the following day because they'll have continuation moves, right? So it doesn't matter how much they dropped the day before. There's a pretty strong chance that they're going to continue dropping the next day, at least in the morning right off the bat. Excuse me. So that's what I had on my watch list. So I was watching it this morning, and again, right out the open, it flushed down, right? Boom, boom. You see on the 5 and the 1 minute charts right there. So you might think that flush down, you're like, well, missed my opportunity, not going to do anything now. But you have to have a library of moves, a library of trades you can take. So I was looking for a VWAP rejection on this one. And like I've said before on other videos, for my VWAP rejection trades, one of the key things I look for are things that slowly grind and bounce their way back up to VWAP. So this was a pretty grindy, slow move. I mean, not crazy slow, but it was slow enough that I was looking to take it short for a VWAP rejection. So that's what I did. I actually got spooked out the first time, right? So I got in it early. I shouldn't say early. I got in it right at VWAP, right here. Boom. As soon as I got to the VWAP, I hit it. But then it held this 20 EMA or I'm sorry, that's the 9 EMA. It held the 9 EMA, and then it started to poke back up above VWAP, and I didn't want to risk it, so I just kept a really tight stop at VWAP, and I got covered. But it rejected off this prior support resistance level, and it came right back down. And I try to make it a practice that, if it meets the same trade parameters that I had before, I'm going to re-enter, right? So I went short again right here at the rejection of VWAP, and thankfully this was the move I was looking for originally, and it just slowly ground down, right? Um, it was a beautiful move, right? Just my VWAP projection trade just worked out perfectly. I covered and covered. Just this was a coverage because this initial candle was such a huge flush, and then I tried to hold it. I held it down to here. I was looking for it to break this daily low, right? This pre-market low, but it did. It bounced, and I decided just to exit the whole position there because I got a pretty good move out for this. So those were the two trades I took in NTNX yesterday and today. Two totally separate type of moves, but like I said, you're gonna have to have a library of trades, and you have to develop them and critique them, and just slowly, make them work for you. You have your parameters, and you follow them. So that's it. Hope you guys found this video educational. Like I said before, if you like it, please like, subscribe, give me some comments, give me some feedback. Just say, hey, I like the video. It makes me feel good. All right. Hope you guys had a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.